congratulations on the film.
Thank
I think
you.
last time we spoke to you was for Moonlight, so fingers crossed you might have some awards for this one afterwards. Who knows? We're a lucky charm. What drew you to this particular project after movies like Beale Street and Vice and Moonlight? What drew you to kind of an historical epic?
Well, we're huge fans of David's. We'd actually read this script before we went and made War Machine with him, and we've been fans of his since we saw his short film Crossbow. And we just loved it always. And so when we were making War Machine, asked, "Hey, what's happening with that?" And decided to sort of go another round together.
And about the Netflix versus cinema versus all that. For you guys that have had movies that have been in the cinema and very theatrical and very kind of filmed on film and very stylistic, what's the difference for you guys in terms of working with Netflix? How good are they as a platform to get these kind of movies made?
They're amazing. I mean, you don't make them any differently, and they've let us. I mean, they're an incredible support system, and we've worked with really formidable filmmakers who've pushed boundaries, frankly, in all the movies we've made with them.
I mean, this film, replicates the Battle of Agincourt with Joel Edgerton and as Falstaff, unbelievable. Timothy, Joel's brother Nash Edgerton, working on second unit, crafted by David Michôd. We feel it's an incredible sequence. It's an incredibly cinematic sequence. There's nothing in the making of it that didn't have the ambition of name your most ambitious, David Lean film that one would aspire to, or so the bar is high. I think the filmmakers that we want to be alongside want to make their work in the best way they can, and they'll do it if they can get their support. And if the support comes from Netflix, which these days it often does, that's where they'll go. Yeah.
You guys obviously have a lot on your plate as ever. Two exciting projects that I've picked out that I wanted to quickly ask you about. The Marilyn Monroe movie you're doing with Ana de Armas. You wrap tomorrow. Yeah. Fantastic. How's that been going? Because there's a lot of biopics more recently, say Rocket Man and Judy, where they've zeroed in on specific moments of those people's lives rather than a cradle to grave. Do you guys, have you been able to have you zeroed in on it, or is it kind of a little bit different?
Blonde specifically?
Yes, in Blonde
specifically. Well, it's based on the Joyce Carol Oates novel.
Right, okay.
And I think for Andrew, it's very much about the unconscious. And I think also playing on how unconsciously she is in all of our minds. I mean, there's imagery, if you start to look for it, it's everywhere. And we have images in our heads, and so he's playing with what you think you know consciously versus unconsciously. And then obviously it's a really tragic story, and I don't think he'll pull that punch either.
And you've been working with Jon Stewart as well on his new movie, Steve Carell, and an amazing cast. How's that experience been?
Fantastic, yeah. We love Jon. It's our maybe fourth movie with Steve. Rose Byrne, Mackenzie Davis, Chris Cooper, great cast. We're so excited.
We're excited for it as well. Guys, thanks so much for the movie. Thanks so much for your time. Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey